Hey, Trip Crosby here, standing on beautiful Miami Beach in front of the Fontainebleau. The sun is hot, guys. VeeamON 2023 is cranking up, and I've got some great news. That great news is that VeeamON Today, powered by AWS, starts right now.
Good day and welcome to VeeamON 2023. We are live here in Miami. This is the VeeamON Today show powered by AWS. So welcome everyone tuning in from all over. We're here in Florida, in South Florida, and I've already put in the LinkedIn chat asking everyone where they are tuning in from. So please let us know. Now, you might be used to the Industry Insights or other shows. We're taking over the agenda this week. VeeamON, our annual customer and partner conference, is underway, and we have a great agenda here to really get it started for you. So what I want to do first of all is intro some of my secret weapons here on the Veeam product strategy team. Our community mission is live with us here. So I'll start with you, Sophia. Yeah. First of all, welcome, your first VeeamON. Give me a quick intro of yourself.
Yeah, I'm Sophia Mohammed. I'm the community analyst at the Veeam team. Been at Veeam for 6 months, actually yesterday. Can't believe it's been that long. It's felt like it's been going by so fast. Along with Maddie and Nicola, another community manager, I help manage community operations on our team. So it's been pretty great so far, and yeah, it's me.
Maddie, welcome. Your second VeeamON. Give us a brief intro as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Rick. It's great to be here in Miami with all the Veeam team as well as the community. Miami is such a beautiful city. It's not my first time, but yeah, absolutely enjoyed it. So yeah, let me introduce myself a bit. I'm Madalina Cristil. I'm a senior community analyst. I've been with Veeam for over a year. And I'm mainly in charge of the community hub as well as leading the Legends program. And together with Sophia and Nicola, we are supporting all the other programs.
Make no mistake, friends, the Veeam community program is one of our true secret weapons. You might hear me talk a lot about the Veeam community hub and some of the different resources, but Maddie, Sophia, Nicola, they do all of the work. I will not avoid any credit. It is all due to these three very talented ladies. So first of all, thank you very much for that. Now, one of the things I want to start with here on the VeeamON Today show powered by AWS is just a brief discussion with both of you. Because like I said, community is super important to us here at Veeam. And I'm going to start with you, Maddie, and answer the question, why is community so important to us here at Veeam? I mean, we even have content around.
Yes, absolutely. But I will start with other two questions and with an answer to those questions. Why are communities important and who is part of our Veeam community? So I believe communities are important because it's a place for all people that are passionate and have same interests to meet up and to share ideas, to learn, educate themselves, make friends, right? And who is part of the Veeam community? Well, all our partners, customers, and employees, right? So then we go back to your question, why are communities important to Veeam? Well, because our community is a place where we are connecting all our users, being customers, partners, and employees. We give the chance to be together and to share ideas and to educate and give us feedback so we can learn about their needs and to support their needs, as well as, they are part of the development of our products and services. They are a big part of that because they give the ideas of many of the features, right? So I believe this is a very important aspect because it helps us to succeed, and ultimately we are helping our partners and customers to succeed.
Yeah, it's very good roundup there that the community strategy is super important. All of those things that Maddie mentioned are really important ways I like to refer to as capital C community, lowercase c community. Anybody is a community. But I do have a question for you, Sophia. Yeah. You know, we have a lot of different vehicles, properties. walk the viewers here at VeeamON Today, powered by AWS, walk them through some of the different ways they can engage with Veeam communities.
Yeah, definitely. There are no shortages of ways to engage in the Veeam community. We actually have a slide, if we can go to that, show it, with some ways to engage in the Veeam Community Resource Hub specifically, which I'll focus on today. Just starting, you can get involved with Veeam University. This is a free online training with Veeam products suitable for both newbies and Veeam experts alike. And it's integrated into the platform, so you receive your certifications and also some digital badges on your profile on the Community Hub. Secondly, you can join us and share your content. If you're a blogger, a vlogger, a podcaster, Rick, you share some content on there as well. Anybody can share there as well. We would love to see your work and provide resources for others. You could also engage with us through the discussion boards. That place is suitable for any questions, conversations related to Veeam and not related to Veeam. It can be just technology news as well. I'll end off by talking about our Veeam user groups. That has a central location on our Community Hub as well, which is pretty great. So any time of the day, if you have a question, you can always go there and talk in your native language, talk to people who are local to your area, and we also host their events on that platform. We also have some thematic groups there as well. So this is not related to your location, but instead your specific areas of interest. So if you are a Kubernetes expert, automation, cybersecurity, cloud, or involved with Akasin products, you can go to those specific thematic groups and engage with some of your peers.
Yeah, that's a lot to unpack, friends. And when we think about our community strategy, the property there at the Community Hub, which we had on screen there, and what you can see on the virtual experience. So if you haven't signed up, go to VeeamON.com. Right now you can sign up. It's a free registration for that experience. Yeah. We have that session really outlined in really incredible depth from Maddie and Sophia. And trust me, friends, this is very differentiating stuff when it comes to a community experience from our products and those thematic groups. I got it. Okay, I'm going off script. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Tell me how we come up with the visuals of these different thematic groups. We've got Alfred doing something in the sky. Where do we come up with these ideas?
Well, we are pretty creative, and we have a creative team that is supporting all that, yes. And they are great helping us with coming up with all type of ideas, fun ideas, official ideas, but yeah, we are trying to always bring the new in the community and the fun in the community, because after all, we have to work and we have to talk about serious things like the products and the services that we are offering, but we also have to not forget the fun in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only way you're going to see what these are is if you go over to community.veeam.com. And let's go back to the slides real quick. I want to highlight two important things that we do over at the Community Hub. First of all, the URL, community.veeam.com. Maddie and Sophia explained where they put a lot of their time and effort, and then Nicola as well with our influencer programs. But there's two things, and well, there's plenty of things in addition to the thematic groups I want to draw your attention to. The first is the weekly recap that Maddie and Sophia and myself, I forgot about me.
Yeah, you're on there.
That we all work on. Yeah, so we all work on this. But the weekly recap is a great rundown of featured content, special department news, and we also put a lot of effort, and that's Sophia's contribution as well, to like recognizing new members. Yeah. So we love doing that recap. It's a lot of fun. We prioritize it.
Yes.
5 a.m. on the road, you name it, we will do it. So by the way, thank you both for the help there. And then the other thing I want to highlight is V12, the Veeam data platform. We have a great post there on the upgrade guide. It all starts at community.veeam.com. All right, so one quick thing before we go on any further, I got to get in a word from our sponsor. So I mentioned VeeamON Today, powered by AWS. Let's take a quick look at what AWS has to offer here at VeeamON.
Sorry, Mom. It's amazing what you can build on AWS. Imagine creating cool stuff that can make ordering tacos a breeze and let you watch every shot from every player anywhere you want. Learn about investing in the coolest companies and watch your favorite team from the other side of the world. Just imagine what they can do when I'm in charge. Whoa.
Awesome. Great stuff. Big thank you to AWS, a sponsor not just of VeeamON Today, powered by AWS, but also the event in general. All right, back to the community team. Such an important part of what we do here at Veeam Product Strategy. I'll start with you, Maddie. What are you looking forward to at this VeeamON?
I'm really looking forward to meet all our community members. We have all Veeam 100 members in here with us, so I am looking forward to have a lot of people interested in the community. We have a community booth in the playground area, and we have a lot of great stuff going on in there, a lot of great swag with Alfred on it. So just if you are in here, stop by the booth and pick up your swag. I'm also looking forward for our session on Wednesday. We are going to discuss a lot of other things that we couldn't cover today, like the Veeam 100 program, which is really important part of our community. We're going to discuss NFR. We're going to discuss more engagement. So if you are in Miami, just join us on Wednesday. If you are not, we have also virtual sessions, so we are looking forward for you to join us.
How about you, Sophia? What are you looking forward to at this VeeamON?
Yeah, well, this is my first VeeamON, so I'm looking forward to everything, meeting everyone for the first time. It's going to be really great. Like Maddie said, we have a session on Wednesday. We will also have a virtual session. I believe it plays 3 times, so look out on the attendee portal for that. And I'm just looking forward to it all. I don't know what to expect, but so it only goes up from here. It's been great so far.
Outstanding. So a couple of comments. Big shout out to Stephen Seagrave from Ireland. Hope your shoulder's doing good, buddy. I know you couldn't make the trip, so I'm watching the comments. We got all kinds of locations. We got San Tome and Principe. That might actually be a first on one of our streams. We got Bahrain. We've got Bangladesh. I can't even fit it all in my chat, friends. We have incredible action here. Missouri in the U.S., Georgia, California, Massachusetts, Illinois, Tennessee, Canada, so many different locations. We're not going to run the map, but we do want to know where you're joining us from. Solid representation in Europe, Latin America as well. So again, let us know where you're from. We'll do our best to relay that and give you the big shout out. All right, so I mentioned that VeeamON Today is powered by AWS. Now, I want to also tell you, there's a lot that you're watching here. If you're watching on the social platforms, there's so much more to VeeamON. You have to go to VeeamON.com and register for that virtual experience. You can do it. And there's content at the ready for you to consume right now. So I highly recommend you do it. But I have one more member of the product strategy team. Julia had a chance to sit down with Paul from AWS and really go into one of the more critical services that we use here at Veeam, AWS storage. Let's take a look at what Julia and Paul had to say.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julia, one of the global technologists at the product strategy team at Veeam. And today I have Paul Megan from AWS, and we're going to talk about S3, cloud, cost. And I'm really excited for that. Paul, thank you so much for being here and taking the time to answer my questions.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Great. So let's start with what do you think are the top trends in cloud usage for the next few years?
I mean, the great thing about using the cloud in general is that it kind of takes away a lot of the undifferentiated heavy lifting that customers have to do when they're running their own infrastructure on-prem, right? And so when we think about what are the top trends that'll be in the cloud, really it's all about customers being able to respond quickly to what's going on in the market and deploy the latest applications and scale them without having to go through long procurement cycles or worry about provisioning and constantly being on that treadmill of replacing hardware on premises, right? And so over the last several years, really, it's been all about data lake analytics in the cloud, right? Customers have scaled data lakes to incredible scale, and they've been able to do that without having to worry about sort of the provisioning, procurement angle.
That's great.
Of landing a bunch of storage on-prem. So obviously nowadays, everyone's talking about Gen AI and what's coming next with that. And it's going to be the same story where customers are going to be able to adopt quick moving open source technologies and just deploy them and be off to the races and not being sort of bound down by, again, just the slow moving infrastructure procurement processes.
Yeah, definitely. Cool, thank you. And also, how have customers enhanced their business by using Amazon S3? Do you have any customer stories or success cases?
Sure. Well, the thing about S3 is that, we do all the work behind the scenes to make the storage happen, right? And so what customers get is they get a very simple API that they can integrate with their apps, which Veeam is very tightly integrated with, right? And so, that power of being able to just have like infinitely scalable, highly durable storage is somewhat infectious, right? Customers find that once they're used to integrating with that API, they can plug lots of stuff into it, right?
Yeah.
And so in the Veeam case, for example, it's very easy to point backups through Veeam into S3 and just not worry about it after that, right?
Yeah,
And just
definitely.
always have that scale. You have the durability that you can trust, and you can continue to run backups there forever. And then all of the great features that Veeam has to take advantage of those backups to make sure that restores are fast. All of that is just happening through the Veeam interface without having to worry about, oh, what does my storage capacity look like? Do I have enough throughput to get my restores done in time? All that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, and also now with the latest version, where we have immutability, so the object locked in S3 is great because even with ransomware, no one can delete, no one can touch on the data, right?
Right. And it's just so much more, and for something like that with, implementing durable storage from a customer perspective, it's just so much easier to do that through APIs rather than to land racks in your data center, to manage which racks are immutable, which are not. All of that is just so much more difficult than when it's done in the cloud. And it's just, Veeam integrating with an API.
Yeah. And we already discussed, you told us a little bit, but why should customers use Veeam and AWS?
So in terms of what S3 is focused on, we are an organization that is very focused on the fundamentals, very focused on delivering availability, performance, and durability at virtually unlimited scale, right? And so if you think about the combination of Veeam software, which, for years has been doing an amazing job protecting customer data and landing those backups on storage that is 11 nines durable, or just that amount of durability. It's just an outstanding combination for specifically for backup data, where it really is the last line of defense against data loss, right? And again, Veeam is so great with gathering that data and landing them in storage, and we go to work every day focused on never losing a single byte of customer data and providing that extremely high durability for customers. So that, I think that combination, especially when it comes down to the very serious business of sort of that last line of defense against data loss, the combination, I think, is just so powerful.
Lastly, this is a hot topic, but do you have any tips on how organizations can optimize costs when using Amazon S3?
Yeah, I mean, we work with customers every day to drive down costs. It hasn't been universal in the industry that providers have done that, right? But we are out there every day helping customers to drive down cost. In fact, we've been helping customers adopt technologies like our instant retrieval storage classes, our intelligent tiering storage classes to bring costs down. And in fact, using intelligent tiering, customers have saved more than $1 billion in storage cost since launch, which is a big number. And we continue to drive that with new tooling, new observability tooling, new storage technologies, so that customers can stay on that path of constantly driving down costs. That's very fundamental to what we do, and critical for data protection environments.
Exactly. Yeah. That's great. Well, thank you so much, Paul, for your time, and thank you for the partnership with Veeam. We love working with AWS.
We feel the same way. Thank you so much for having me.
Great stuff, Julia and Paul. Thank you so much for that content. Amazon Web Services, AWS storage services, really critical to what we do here at Veeam. All right, I've got another special guest. We do switcheroo on these types of things. AZ, welcome to VeeamON Today, powered by AWS.
Thank you so much, Rick. Pleasure to be here with you.
Now, AZ has been with us a long time. He attended the very first VeeamON, a member of the company since 2012, if I remember right.
That's true.
And a lot has changed over the years with our products, and that's what we're going to talk about here right now. So, AZ, tell us what you're focusing on product-wise here at Veeam.
Okay, for the last year, I think a little bit more than that. I've been focused more on the Salesforce side. We've got a new product, Veeam Backup for Salesforce. So I've been working closely to the R&D team, the PM team, and our customers have been having a lot of calls with them. So it's like the momentum is here for this product.
Yeah, and that's actually a perfect combination for you because we had you focus on the cloud products as well. Good natural adjacency to what we're doing over in the SaaS world. All right, so we're going to go back to the screenware because we're going to do something through the VeeamON Today show powered by AWS, what we call Steal a Slide. And that's literally me going rogue from the content library. Where I'm going to take something out and we're going to talk about it. Luckily, you know about it. Today's content that we're going to talk about is Salesforce Backup. What? Like it's hard.
Yeah, this is the title of my session that I'm going to deliver on Wednesday.
Yeah, with Allison. So I've taken 2 slides from this one actually, but this is a fun way to kind of go into it. So let's talk about the question of why we need a backup with Salesforce. So walk us through this.
Yeah, well, it's, the first response to that, believe me or not, but if you go to salesforce.com and if you find that knowledge base article talking about the importance of the data protection within Salesforce, so it's Salesforce themselves is going to tell you, hey, it's really important to use any third-party solutions like Veeam. So this is what we have come up with. And yeah, we're going to protect the data and metadata, and I know you're seeing the slides, so I'm going to talk more about a little bit about that. So essentially 2-in-1, like Veeam Backup and Replication, 2-in-1, and Veeam Backup for Salesforce, 2-in-1, protecting data and metadata, giving you an ability to install it basically anywhere, and data central that you control, could be on premises, could be in the cloud, and we leverage Salesforce APIs, different API sets in order to bring the data into the live database. And then we give you an ability to recover the data the way you want. So it's really powerful product and, based on the same principles as always, simple, powerful, reliable, and flexible. I think I forgot flexible, yeah.
Yeah, we keep changing some of the stories nowadays. But if you look today, we talk about data freedom, data security, and data recovery, right? Those 3 elements of our message, and that applies to this product. And actually really something important about this new product, AZ, is you mentioned install it anywhere. And actually I want to share with the audience here that we are on a journey here at Veeam with our products, embracing Linux. And Veeam Backup for Salesforce, as well as Veeam Backup for AWS, Veeam Backup for Microsoft Azure, and Veeam Backup for Google Cloud. They're all built on Linux, is that right?
Yeah, that's true, and it's not that difficult to to getting started with that because we've got the user guide, we've got the knowledge base article. So we just if you got the Linux server, obviously we've got some requirements for that, Red Hat or CentOS or Oracle Linux 7 or 8. But then it's really easy to copy and paste like 2 commands and to just get started with the product because it's going to install automatically. It's going to give you a nice URL at the end with like the access code that you have to use the first time. But it's generally speaking, even for those who are not really familiar with Linux, it would be really easy for them to get it installed and then get it configured.
Yeah, good point, because you can actually install Veeam Backup and Replication and use it and push out plugins to the cloud, and you'll have an experience in building policies there. That's almost the exact same experience as what you would see with Veeam Backup for Salesforce. So a lot of shared technology is what I like to say. All right, one more look at a slide here that I wanted to go into.
Okay.
AZ, we talk about the architecture of the product, Salesforce Cloud. We talk about the different components. Walk us through, it is a word, the componentry of Veeam Backup for Salesforce.
Yeah, essentially we need to have a management server. This is where the product is going to be installed. This is something that I've been talking about. And then whenever you install it, it's going to offer you to create the first backup policy and to connect it to your first Salesforce org automatically within the the initial configuration. So for each and every Salesforce org that is going to be added into the product console, we're going to ask you to to point it to a separate corresponding database, the Postgres engine that we're using. And so the data would be separated between the different orgs. And then the data would be there in a live database. The first backup will be full, as always. And all the subsequent backups are going to be incrementals, incremental forever. And then we'll offer you, whenever you have a disaster, we'll offer you the, a nice recovery wizard, similar to what you already probably know from Veeam Backup Application and other products. And the first question would be, hey, what kind of data you want to recover? Is it like one object? Is it like one object with hierarchy, dependencies for that object? Or is it like, I don't know, the files and attachments or metadata, Apex triggers, something specific to Salesforce? And then you just go through that wizard, the recovery wizard, and basically pick up your data that you want to recover and apply some of the filters over there, and it's going to be recovered back to production. Easy.
That's awesome, because the ease of use is something really central to what we do with our products here at Veeam, and getting started is super easy as well. All right, so you had a special session on the virtual experience about the Salesforce product, and if you haven't signed up, just go over to VeeamON.com. You can register to watch some of this content straight away, including an outstanding playlist tomorrow and Wednesday. AZ, thank you so much for joining me here today on the VeeamON Today show, powered by AWS.
Thank you so much.
All right, friends, we've had a great rundown, a great way to kick off VeeamON. And like I said, you can still sign up over at VeeamON.com for the virtual experience. And I would be remiss if I didn't give an incredible thank you to the Veeam social media operations team, the Veeam video production team, and several different vendor partners working with us, from the platform to the audio to the lights to the camera. They're making me look good. I love it. All right, everyone, thank you for watching VeeamON Today, powered by AWS. Enjoy the rest of VeeamON.